As for Dallas Cowboys, I thought were the better team yesterday. Should have been the better team yesterday. And I know I'm high on the Cowboys. Maybe I'm just high, but I'm high on the Cowboys. And you want them to, you just keep waiting. That defense was good yesterday. Amari Cooper got shut down, and it didn't feel like anybody stepped up. Still feels like Ezekiel Elliott, they could run the football. It's a mystery. And maybe it shouldn't be a mystery. Maybe this is just about the coaching staff. Because that's what Jerry Jones thinks. Jerry had this to say after the loss.
I don't think there's a game that a coaching staff has areas that it couldn't do better in. And I just don't like it that we've got so many as I'm standing here tonight.
You can't be happy. You shouldn't be happy. You spent money. You drafted wisely. But it comes down to, in games like this, what does a coach do? What's a quarterback do? And this is always going to be where you will side with the Patriots, Belichick and Brady. They've done it. May not be pretty. They figure out a way. Dallas has not figured out a way to win these games. I can criticize now in the moment when it was third down, third and 8, and I thought, okay, Dallas is inside the red zone. This is where down 7, I got to go for a touchdown here. I'm going to run 2 plays, and I'm going to go for the touchdown. I don't know the next time I get here. And I wasn't alone. Troy Aikman said the same thing. But in the moment, I have 2 plays, and then you baffle me with a 3rd and 8, and you put Ezekiel Elliott in motion. So now you've said to Bill Belichick and the defense, we're passing the ball. I didn't understand that. Now, Dallas's defense was playing great. I just didn't think Dallas's offense was playing great enough to get back into that position. That's why I would have gone for it. Worst case scenario, I've pinned them back. I still need a touchdown. I pinned them back. Patriots weren't doing much, but they did just enough. And then when you need a catch, a big play, Julian Edelman comes up with that big play. Patriots win, but that's what the Patriots do. As for Dallas, now you got Buffalo coming up at Chicago, host the Rams at Philly, and then you host the Redskins. Keep in mind, Philadelphia's schedule is pretty easy. Philadelphia could end up with 10. Philly could end up 10-6. And is that going to be good enough here? But the NFC is going to be tight. There are going to be some good teams or teams with good records who aren't winning their own division, or they're going to be on the road in the playoffs to start out with. But, you know, I watched Dallas yesterday, and in my mind, I think Jerry Jones has already got his head coach in his mind, his new head coach. I mean, I just get that feeling that he already has his new head coach, because you're saying you go into New England against Bill Belichick, you know you're going to be outcoached. This isn't one of those. Let me read between the lines there, Jerry. Plus, you're talking about special teams, and there were times Dallas just looked confused. And I will give Troy Aikman credit, because a couple of years ago, I don't know if he would have said what he said about Jason Garrett, where he's talking about coaching here. I think Troy was truly objective here, and it feels like Troy has he's still a cowboy. But it feels like when you become a mature announcer, not afraid of anybody, anything, and then you say it, and I accepted what he was saying as somebody who was unbiased looking at this. And maybe he's biased that he's disappointed that this is happening, but he's honest in what he said. And I thought Jerry Jones must have been listening to the broadcast, because I thought Jerry was basically parroting what Troy said during the broadcast after the game. This team can still win, can still go on a roll. They got all the elements there, but they still have that missing ingredient, and that is, can we win a game that maybe we shouldn't win? And I've yet to see that. And they're not beating good teams. Cowboys haven't won a big game this year. They're 0-4 against teams that entered the game with a winning record. They're 6-1 in those other games. So we don't know how good they are. They're very lucky that Philadelphia is average this year, because Dallas Dallas could be in a lot of trouble and not make the playoffs.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.